Hello, welcome to my video blog. This is Moses Gumadi, and in this episode I want to talk about the building blocks of an operational excellence program. For a good operational excellence program, you need to have these building blocks around. You should be able to have all of these to be able to deliver significant value to your customers, shareholders, and employees, and make a massive difference in your organization. Or rather than just having a simple department of so-called operational excellence that nobody really cares and nobody has any skin in the game, etc. Right? So these are the building blocks. So let's talk one by one. So the first one is strategy. The operational excellence program must strongly align itself with the corporate and business strategy. Not only that, being an operations excellence program, it should actually strongly align itself with the operations strategy of the organization, if it has one. If not, operations excellence program should actually, with the help of operations management functions, the function of operations should build together an operations strategy that is aligned properly, of course, to the business strategy. And actually, operations excellence should deliver the operations strategy. Okay. And the other thing is that you should have a mission and a vision, a proper vision. How will the organization look like with the operational excellence program in place in a few years? And what is the mission that you want to carry out, etc. That needs to be there in place as well, which is actually bought into by the senior stakeholders within your organizations, the board and the CXO engagement. So these are the critical things that you need to have that are a part of the strategy of your operational excellence program. Right, so what is the second one? The second one is the measurement system. Your organization should have a good measurement system to measure key performance indicators around which your operational excellence program would deliver improvements. Okay, you should have customer service, complaints, and quality, and OTIF and other things that impact the customer, deliveries, and all the rest of it, right? So those key important KPIs that are used to measure how we perform with respect to customers' expectations and also with respect to how the competitors perform, right? So these are the things that will help us to really position the organization. So these metrics must be there in place. The collection of data, processing of it, and reporting, management reporting, and all the rest of it should be there. Also, financial and operational performance. Financial performance of your operations and operational performance of the operations. These metrics must be built into and collected. And if this is not in place, operational excellence should seek to build and improve those things in order to make it a part of the whole program. Okay, employee engagement as well. Also things like safety, risk, and compliance, and other things. In my other video, I talked about what constitutes operational excellence, and so we talked about some of these as well. And therefore, employee engagement and safety, risk, and compliance, and these things also become an important part of the measurement system. The key is to have critical things that need to be improved to be a part of the measurement system, so that you basically improve them, and that is a key building block. And the third one is the operating system. Operating system, what is this? So the operating system is essentially similar to S&OP. So you need to have a strategic and an annual planning for the operations. And operational excellence should help build it or help improve it and help really make operations function very well. And if not, it should obviously seek to improve. So strategic and annual planning should be there. Target setting of the various operational and financial KPIs, and assignment of those operational and financial KPIs to the operating managers or to the operating directors or to their staff. How are they rolled out? How are the goals cascaded down, etc. That structure should be there in place. Detailed operating plans. and how are they created, and what assumptions have been made, whether capacities and people utilizations, etc., and the risks have been taken into account to build these operating plans, and of course the demand information, the order book and rest of it, right? And management information should be a part of it as well, the high level reports and the detailed reports that are used to build those plans and to review. And when we talk about reviews, we need to have a set of operational reviews, both planning reviews and looking backwards reviews, and again corrective actions and things like that. We need to also have a system of accountability and action taking and closing the loop. Right, so this is a closed loop control system with the KPIs and the targets and assignment to the people and a planning and a detailed planning, operating plans, management information system, operational review calendar, and different meetings, and the way that you conduct these things, take the actions and close them to keep the plan going. And these include, of course, your daily plans. It's not just about the daily plan. You need to have a daily plan, a weekly plan, a quarterly plan, and an annual plan. All these things must be synced together, right? And if this doesn't exist within your operations, operational excellence should seek to build it or cooperate with the operations management department to help them achieve this thing, because this is very important. Okay. Thirdly, operational excellence program must have a good change portfolio. Obviously, with the measurement system, you would have established a baseline, and we want to improve things, and therefore there are certain initiatives that you want to undertake to improve. So you need to have a pipeline creation process. How do we gather the ideas? Who gives the ideas? How do you get the project ideas? And how do you prioritize them and fund them? And how do you sequence them? Which one is first? Which one is next? If you have limited funds, where do I want to spend my money on? How do you make these decisions? And that process must be in place within your operational excellence program. Of course, you should have a good portfolio, of a balanced portfolio of a good set of projects for step change, a massive, significant change that delivers significant results, but also continuous or incremental changes that are necessary here and there. So you need to have a combination of both of these things depending on the context. You should have obviously a strong project management discipline, project management, projects review and control, and potentially the infrastructure that is required to run the whole thing. And finally, of course, you should look to realize the benefits of those initiatives that you have undertaken. So unless the actions that are coming out of these projects are properly implemented and the functions are engaged to actually implement the actions, and you track and monitor the benefits, that there is no way of concluding that you have really made any change whatsoever. So these are some of the elements of the change portfolio. The fifth building block is the capability, building of capabilities within the operational excellence department. You need a highly engaged and qualified, motivated team, obviously, right? And training, tools and methodologies that are required to do a lot of other things that we talked about, right? Not only doing the projects, but also setting up the operating system, the measurement system, and a lot of other things that we're going to talk about, right? So you need to have all these tools and trainings and methodologies that are required to be able to do this with the people together. And of course, the technology and the infrastructure. You may need some software tools or to track the projects, or some scorecards and measurement systems. Some technology is required. For example, business intelligence related stuff. Some of those things are required. So it depends on the context. And finally, of course, you need to have a strong building block of culture within the organization, which you need to seek to build that culture as a part of the operational excellence program. And when we say culture, what does it mean? We are talking about certain behaviors and habits of people within the organizations, and what kind of behaviors and habits. We're talking about strategic alignment, having a culture of everyone aligning their work strategically to a very clearly articulated and communicated strategy of the organization. Result orientedness, or focused on the results. So everyone is focused on the results. They clearly know what is supposed to be achieved, and their work is aligned to ensure that large chunk of time that they spend is really aligned in getting the things done that are important. And embracing change. For example, there's a lot of reluctance of change in certain sections of the organization most of the time, and change agents who are embracing change and take an initiative and make that happen is the sort of culture we really need to build. Of course, contribution, personal contribution, and also collaboration, so engaging other people together and using their ideas, and the idea of every idea counts, etc. So these are some of the things that contribute to this culture as well. Data driven and scientific. So data could be used to make conclusions and validate hypotheses, in which case you basically go with that rather than some fluffy ideas. And passion for learning, so personal accountability. Some of these things, so these are some of the very key elements of culture building within the organization. So this is in a sense the various building blocks of an operational excellence program. I hope you like this video. Thank you.